Hey everybody, YouTube land. Welcome to Rusty Mark Garage. Got something for you a little bit different today. Something a little bit more electrical. So this is a ceiling fan out of my living room. I've got it hanging up here with an extension cord tied off on the hitch of this truck here. It's not very heavy. I just needed it in this position here. It's a Hunter. I don't have the blades. I got the blades in the house, but it's a 72 inch, which is really, really big. It's about 12 years old. There's a section of it. I got to put it all back together. So I quit turning. Now this does not have a hang down switch or anything. It's all remote control. That's how it's totally operated because it sits up high. So anyway, it quit turning, and I'm like, I bet you a bearing seized up. Now this was 12 years old. First time I've had it down since we built our house. As you can tell now, it turns very, very easily because I've oiled these roller bearings, ball bearings in here. But it was stiff. Oh my God, it was very stiff. It was just, I couldn't even hardly turn it by hand. So I used some Seafoam Deep Creep, and I've used this a lot on cars. That's some good stuff. If you want to break something loose, something rusty, or clean out a bearing or something, it does good. So I immediately I sprayed that in there, and it foams up, and just let it set a minute, and I immediately could turn it freer. And I'm like, okay, it's that top bearing that was giving me trouble. There's a bearing up there, and there's one down here. Now a lot of you cheaper fans may not have a good roller bearing in it, but this was a rather expensive fan. Like I said, it's a 72 inch. I mean, it's got the blades on it. One blade sticks out this far. It's really big. Now this control here is just for your remote control and speed and all that, and that sits in the bottom part. But I've just kind of got it rigged up here because I wanted to run it. So I wanted it to hang just like it was hanging someone in the living room where I could operate it. And as you can tell, it's turning very free now, which is very, very good. And let me I'm going to hang on to this, and I'm going to turn it on high. Oh, couldn't hardly hold it. It's got some torque. As you can tell now, she's spinning just fine. Very quiet. Turn it off. Hold that rod. Now it's off. It's just freewheeling now. Look how easy that turns. So that's going to save me a bundle of money on replacing that fan, which I did not want to do because I like the fan. It's a pretty fan when it's all put together. And I have seafoamed that, and I also, after you clean it out and get it freed up, I use just some motor oil, little squirt can. And there's Bubba. Hey, Bubba. It's still rolling. She is freed up good. Anyway, after I cleaned it out a couple times, I've alternated seafoam and motor oil in there and freed it up. And I also turned it up way up here on the edge and went into a hole right there and seeped some oil down to that bottom bearing a little bit. It wasn't very seized, but that top one was. And yeah, freed it up real nice. So I think that's gonna work fine. So now I'm gonna wipe it down one more time and start putting it back together, take it in the house and hang it back up. And so it just got a hot neutral to it. I have an electrical background, so kind of know what I'm doing. And I got some just little lamp cords. I cut off stuff and save them because I'm all the time troubleshooting something. So just a little lamp cord tied to it. Then the remote control controls it, you know. I will tell you this, I know a lot of y'all have probably seen these little lamp cords, just a 2-prong. See if I can unplug that now. I'm done with that. Just for information purposes. You got 2 prongs on your 2-prong cord. See, that one's bigger than that one. This is your hot, and this bigger one's your neutral. If you didn't know that. And on your cord, if you're ever identifying that, you see those ridges right there, that's 2 wires molded into one thing, okay? But the smooth side and the ridges, so the smooth side is your hot. The one with the little ridges on it, that's your neutral. Just if you ever wanted to know. Because when you're hooking it up here, you need to hook it up right. So the white is your neutral, black is your hot. And probably would work either way. I'd rather do it right because you got electronic circuit board here and all that kind of good stuff. So I don't want to take a chance to messing something up. But anyway, yeah, so got that dude fixed. Now we can reinstall that thing and be awesome. So, not really automotive video, but I will look at square body in a minute. But as Red Green would say, guys, if the ladies don't find you handsome, they need to find you handy. So I'm a little handy. Thank goodness, because I'm not very handsome. So, got the rad in and all the hoses, belt, transmission lines, power steering lines. I moved the windshield washer. I got the battery tray in for this side. I moved the windshield washer. I'm gonna remount that later when I get all this other stuff. Now you can do a lot of different ways, and I already spoke about it on the other video. If you plan ahead, you can put this harness anywhere. If you want to hide it better, whatever, it's all personal preference. I like stuff accessible. So I'm doing a junction box out here as I did on my 84 LS Swap. I couldn't find the right box that I really wanted, size. I ordered this one, or I bought this one first, it's too big. And then I built this bracket and actually cut off, it had another lip that come down here, you know, and I cut that off and smoothed it up, and I painted. Now y'all don't look very close to my paint job. Then I bent that lip out and drilled those holes. So it'll sit in there on that fender well like that, okay, just like that, and it'll be a platform for this box, which will sit in there like that, and it's got latches on it, so when you open that up, I can put my computer and some wire splices and all that stuff, and I'll have some holes knocked in here with rubber grommets. It's gonna work out real good. I'm real happy with how this turned out. It's a little bit bigger than what I wanted, but it's gonna do the job, and it's gonna work just fine. So, been working on that, preparing that to be mounted. So, making progress. And when it comes to painting, building brackets and painting, you know, you just can't be in a hurry. I got a little folding table that I set up over here. I try to paint stuff outside, but it's warming up, but when it's cold, I put it over there. I got my portable heater here. It's on wheels. I can roll it around anywhere, you know, wherever in the shop I need to go, because it's totally portable. I just got that fan sitting on it to blow the hot air out, and I can take that anywhere and plug it into a wall outlet or cord or whatever. But you got to have the temperature right. You got to have my bathroom back there has a heater in there for plumbing purposes, for keep water from freezing. So in the wintertime, I keep that going, and I keep my paint in there, keep it kind of up to room temperature, try not to let it freeze. And so you got to kind of get it warm, get the surface warm. So I put that heater in front of it, kind of warm it up good. And thin layers of coats of paint. I will tell you this. I think I mentioned this before on another video. Back here. There's my head. But I don't. So I got a little heater in here, bathroom. So this tractor truck implement spray paint, I think I mentioned this before. This is a gloss black. I get a Tractor Supply. I've used a lot of Rattle-Can paint through the years. But man, this is the best paint I've ever seen. It goes on good. It covers well. It shines well. It's a tough paint. I really like it. So I've really been starting to use that. In fact, I need to get some more. That was my last can right there. But yeah, it's coming along. Just gotta stop sometimes and fix something in the house. You know how it goes, fellas. And anyway, that's just kind of how it goes sometimes. But so just wanted to share that with you real quick. Just because something quit working doesn't mean just to, we live in a throwaway world. But if you got some ingenuity and some experience, sometimes you can just fix something, and keep using it and save yourself a bunch of money. So I think this is going to be great. And I'm fixing to take it down from this temporary where I got it hanging and put it back together. And go back in the house and get back up on my ladder and hang it back up, wire it up, put it back together. So that's what we're going to do. So hey, thanks for watching. Hope this helps somebody. And y'all stay tuned. I got a lot more videos coming, and more to do on this one. When we get to the point, I will do a video on cranking it up. So a lot more to come. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later.